So holy shit, terrible story. Just happened. I know you guys saw this. I'm not going to show you the actual footage because you've probably already seen it. The horrendous piece of shit who drove his SUV through the crowd at a parade and killed 5 people. Here's the aftermath of it. Here's the aftermath of it. Just terrible fucking story. Just rolled over these people, plowed into them. Couple kids died. 5 people in total so far. 40 injured. Just horrific video. Not gonna show you. And here's the guy that did it. A registered sex offender. This fucking amazing human garbage piece of shit scumbag. Like somebody that makes me want to be for the death penalty even though I'm usually not. Here he is describing why he is a registered sex offender.
And then as soon as we fall out, all of a sudden now I'm a pedophile. Let me explain that. 10 years ago, 2006, I caught a case with my oldest daughter's mama. Yes, my baby mama. She's from Oakland. I was busting moves in Nevada. I meet the bitch. She says she want to get down, so I'm pimping on the bitch. I'll take her to Nevada. You know what I'm saying? I get cracked. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the bitch was 16 at the time. She gave a statement to the police and told them, yeah, she was hoeing, that I was pimping, and that she was 16, and that I didn't know that. Okay?
Yeah, bullshit. He's a pimp. He was pimping out a 16-year-old girl. Lifelong criminal, incredible fucking piece of shit. So apparently, from what we know at the moment, according to the police, he was involved in some kind of domestic violence case and he was trying to escape the police. And I guess he realized he was either going to jail and didn't give a shit and reached the parade route and decided, I'm just going to plow through these people. I don't give a fuck about their lives. I don't give a fuck about my life. I don't give a fuck about anything. I'm also going to guess, I had no evidence of this, but wouldn't surprise me if drugs and alcohol were involved. But just a complete, utter criminal piece of fucking shit. From what we know now, there doesn't seem to be any political reason he did this other than he was just trying to escape the situation he was in. He's a murderer, yeah, definitely. But that did not stop the right-wing influencers, the propagandists, the liars from trying to blame this on BLM. Because that's what they always do. Oh, it was a black man? Must have been BLM's fault. BLM's responsible. So Ngo out there and Tim Pool doing what they do, spreading the fucking anti-Black Lives Matter propaganda. This is white supremacy, folks. I know Ngo is Asian, but he is like the best friend white supremacists ever had. He is buddy-buddy with all the white supremacist group and does nothing but spread white supremacist talking points. Robert Silverman says, if you're seeing some lunacy about a person of interest who was detained regarding Waukesha, is how you pronounce that? Waukesha? I want to call it Waukesha. I don't know how you pronounce this word, but here's a brief window into how the right-wing disinfo machine works. It starts with Andy Ngo, of course. First, another reporter, not Andy, does the actual work of finding the person of interest records. And so this is an actual journalist finding out who the guy is. Ngo then digs up a Facebook page allegedly belonging to the person of interest and posts some screenshots, but not before adding his own editorial slant, which at best could be described as inflammatory, if not outright false, and designed to get the attention of the online right. On Facebook, the person of interest allegedly posted some anti-Semitic dreck, a cartoon about police brutality, and a photo of a mural about George Floyd. The latter two were enough for Ngo to say he posted in support of BLM causes. There's no evidence this guy had anything to do with BLM. He didn't post any BLM hashtags, just post a picture of George Floyd. Oh, must be BLM. I can throw BLM under the bus. I can say, hey, BLM is responsible for all these deaths. Terrorist BLM. That's what they do, folks. Nowhere did he find anything directly linking the person of interest to BLM. There's no post with BLM hashtag, though Ngo added one in his tweet, or images of him attending, supporting Black Lives Matter protesters. At least not that Ngo has found to date. For his audience, it doesn't matter. They've linked the person of interest to BLM, but take a look at the last sentence. So here's where the propaganda goes. This is Andy Ngo's tweet. The man in custody over the mass casualty incident at Waukesha, Wisconsin Christmas parade has posted on his social media in support of BLM causes, George Floyd, and black nationalism. He also has a post about how to get away with running people over on the street. So here's he just outright fucking lying. So what happened here is a policeman got fired after he made a post explaining to people how to get away with running over people. And this guy quoted the police officer making fun of him and shitting on the police officer. And Andy Ngo gonna frame it as he posted about how to get away with running over people to make it look like this was some kind of terrorist act by BLM. Here it is. Here's this post. Run them over to keep traffic flowing and don't slow down for any of these idiots. He's quoting this guy as saying, but the guy's literally quoting the police officer. All the guy said was shaking my fucking head, and y'all still putting police in the mix, stupid N-words. And he posts this post of what the cop said. Run them over, keep traffic flowing, and don't slow down for any of these idiots who try to block the street. Here is the deal. You continue to drive, and if you hit someone, make sure you call 911 to report the accident and meet the cops a block or two away, and you can justify stopping further away because you feared for your safety, since in the past, people in this group have shown propensity towards violence. Since they are trying to block the street and or cross where there is no crossing, you should not be charged with anything. Now, these idiots could try and sue you in civil court, but remember that it will be jury trial, and so most likely it will come out in your favor. Written by St. Paul Police Sergeant Jeffrey Rothecker. So clearly this guy is not posting this trying to tell people how to run people over. And Andy Ngo is just spreading lies. That's what they fucking do. He doesn't care. Even when he's found out to be a liar, even when he's told the truth, in the very tiny chance that he's actually going to correct the record, he'll do it in a way that not nearly as many people who saw this tweet will see the correction. And the vast majority of his audience who read this will believe was from a cop who was later fired and bragged about being able to get away with running over protesters because of the privilege afforded members of law enforcement. Not the same thing. And then, of course, what happens is Tim Pool takes Andy Ngo's word for it and puts out a video that's seen by thousands upon thousands of people that says, police refuse to rule out terror in Waukesha attack. Person of interest detained is Black Lives Matter supporter. Misspelled supporter. Already seen 35,000 times in 2 hours. Already seen way more than that now. And if Tim Pool does correct the record, he's not going to correct it in a video where he says, oh, I was wrong. I put out bullshit information. Now, it'll be like a throwaway comment in another video where few people will see it or process it. And the vast majority of the people that watch his content would believe that this is a terrorist attack done by a Black Lives Matter supporter. That's exactly how the propaganda of the right works, folks. Naturally, Tim Pool made a video. The headline is, police refuse to rule out terror in Waukesha attack. Person of interest detained is Black Lives Matter supporter. Pool's source for this is Ngo's tweets. That's his only fucking source. He says, though it hasn't been proven that the person of interest is a member of Black Lives Matter, clearly the person of interest has ties to Black Lives Matter. To date, this is false. Doesn't matter to Pool, who then speculates that since the cops haven't ruled out terrorism, that this could be a revenge attack for the Rittenhouse verdict. The video received 54,000 views in 2 hours. They'll have hundreds of thousands of people that watch this and believe, based on no information, that this is a Black Lives Matter terrorist attack. Waukesha. Okay, Waukesha. I'll try to pronounce it correctly. So anyway, this is how it fucking works, folks. This is white supremacy, where they lie and they try to make a very good cause, Black Lives Matter, who is just trying to ensure that black folks are treated equal in our society, that we eliminate police brutality, especially when it's done to minorities, and try to twist it into making them a terrorist organization so that their cause is taken less seriously and those that are involved in the cause are branded as terrorists. This is what white supremacy has always done in this fucking country. This is what they did to the civil rights movement. This is what they did to Martin Luther King Jr. Exactly the same fucking thing. And more examples. Laura Loomer went out there and blamed the Muslims, even though the evidence suggests this piece of shit that ran over these people was a Christian. Laura Loomer wrote on Telegram, the 3 suspects in the car ramming in Wisconsin are black. My guess is they are probably black Muslims because this was a direct attack on Christians. And there's only one ideology that is demented enough to attack people at a Christmas parade. You no evidence. Who gives a shit? Let's just blame Muslims. Cool. Rewarded for it. They're all getting rich as shit, rewarded for it because this is what the algorithm rewards. People like me will get banned all over the place for doing nothing, but YouTube will pay Tim Pool millions of dollars to spread white supremacy talking points and lie to people because that's the fucking trash ass country we live in.